Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about why narcissistic people play mind games, why they feel a need to manipulate people. The control is the main reason. A narcissist wants to control those around them as they feel entitled to exploit people and they lack the empathy to care for who they hurt in the process. Narcissist personality disorder is on a spectrum. There are 9 characteristics that someone would need at least 5 of to be classed as on the spectrum of the disorder. So the lens that a narcissist will go to, damage and the harm that a narcissist will cause depends on the narcissist you're dealing with and depends on who you are as a person. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So why do narcissists play so many mind games with people? The main reason is down to control. They want to be able to manage how life goes for them by managing the people around them. With the narcissist games, they alter people's realities. They put people into a trance where people no longer know who they are as a person, where people no longer know truth from lies. So those around the narcissist almost become paralysed within their own minds, paralysed within their own anxieties, ruminating about what they did wrong, how they can get things right, how they can get that person back who claimed to be so loving and caring yet turned out to be so hurtful and destructive. More often than not, people are led to believe that they're the ones that try to change the narcissist, when again this is twisted lies of narcissistic people. Narcissists try to control those around them. They sell people an illusion of who that person would like them to be, and most people believe the narcissist. Then at some point the narcissist will change on the person. However, when they change, they blame the person for the change within the narcissist. So the person the narcissist is trying to control changes themselves to try and suit the narcissist because they believe they're the ones that's brought out the toxic side, when the toxic side is who the narcissist is. Their illusion they sell you is also who they are. It's a mind game, it's a manipulation method to pull you in, to put you under their spell so that they can exploit you. At the same time, they can blame you. Most people don't try to change a narcissist. Most people try to change themselves to get the narcissist back to who the narcissist said they would be, because the narcissist is blaming the other people for why they've turned toxic, why the narcissist themselves has turned toxic. Anything a narcissist does wrong, they blame on those around them. Narcissistic abuse causes cognitive dissonance within our minds because we live the reality when they treat us so well. We live the reality when their admiration face is on, when they are seeking that excessive attention, admiration and support, and usually showering us with attention, admiration and support. We live that reality where they seem to genuinely care and love for who we are as a person. They claim to like all the same things as us, and then at some point that shifts. If you like to get up early, when you meet them, they will love the fact that you like to get up early. If you like a lion, when you meet them, they will love the fact that you like a lion. However, at some point, they will then bemoaning at you for getting up early, claiming that you're too organised, too regimented, and it's just no longer good enough for them, even though they used to love that quality within you. Or if you like to lie in and when they met you, they like that quality within you, suddenly they'll be calling you lazy, they'll be calling you worthless, they'll be calling you useless. Those qualities within you that they once claimed to love and admire within you, they will use against you. They will get you to doubt and blame yourself and change who you are as a person, so that they're no longer coming at you, so they're no longer putting you down, so they're no longer devaluing you, not realizing that they're the person that's in the wrong, not you. You accept them for who they are, which is often why we stay. We accept behaviour we shouldn't accept from them because we believe we've brought out that negative side in them, and we haven't. It's who they are. With that cognitive dissonance, because we live the reality when they treated us so well, it confuses us, as well as their gaslighting, when the reality is there when they are treating us so wrong. We live that reality when they treat us better than anyone ever has, and they shower us with attention. Unfortunately, this doesn't last because we're all human. We're all perfectly imperfect. We all make mistakes in life. We all make errors in judgment, and at times we can disagree with the opinions or beliefs of those that we love and care for. Not that we want to change their beliefs or opinions. We can accept theirs for who they are in the hope they'll accept ours for who we are. However, narcissistic people don't want to accept people for who they are. They want to turn people into who the narcissist wants them to be. Healthy people can have a debate and reach a mutual agreement, have a two-way conversation, find some form of mutual understanding, some form of compromise. When it comes to dealing with someone on the narcissist personality disorder spectrum, when you disagree with them, they class this as an attack. They class this as criticism. They feel threatened in some way. They believe that you're no longer obeying them. And as at this point you love and care for them, you want to see them being happy. They're not interested in seeing you happy. They're interested in making themselves happy. So when you go against what they believe, depending on that narcissist, out comes their entitled face, out comes their envious face as they seek to hurt you. When you say no to a narcissist, when you don't agree with them, out comes their envious, self-entitled face, as the narcissist feels superior. So you saying no to them criticises them, and as they've not got control over you at that moment in time, they might sulk, they might silent treatment, project, blame shift, triangulate, guilt trip or gaslight you to get you to break down who you are, to get you to change to suit them, to break down your boundaries. Gaslighting plays a significant role in all of these, and it is designed to confuse you and get you to question your sense of reality, get you to question and doubt your opinions, get you to doubt your feelings. Most mind games that a narcissist uses leaves us questioning ourselves, it leaves us blaming ourselves, and it leaves us full of self-doubt. Yet, as you've lived through the reality of their admiration phase, you don't recognise that they're baiting you. They will bait you into reacting. And as you do blame yourself for your reactions, they will then use the very reactions they baited you into against you to shift all the blame, all the responsibility over to you, so they don't have to face the consequences of the very things they've done to you. They'll completely forget what they did, they'll downplay what they did, and they will exaggerate everything you did. So instead of two people being accountable for themselves and their own actions, you end up being accountable for everything the narcissist has done wrong, and the narcissist ends up in a place where they believe they do no wrong. To them, it's always somebody else's fault. So you're left feeling like the problems within the relationship are down to you. So you work harder to change who you are to please them, leaving you even more confused. Narcissists have to manipulate to keep control over you. Some say it's a false self. It's who they are. We live that reality when they treat us well. We live that reality when they treat us wrong. It is all designed to manipulate and exploit us, whether they know they're doing it or not. The fact remains they lack the empathy to care. They're only interested in getting their own needs met. Both sides of them is who they are as a person, but you can't separate that to get their admiration face, which is only designed to exploit you. You are going to get that envious face. They are the whole package. You did not cause it. You cannot change it, and you cannot control who you are as a person to bring out the best in them, because they are unable to bring the best out in themselves unless they're exploiting somebody else. Unless you're in the love bombing phase, you're never going to know which side of them you're going to get, because a narcissist can be triggered over the slightest little thing. As they're not aware of their triggers, you're not going to become aware of their triggers, which is why we end up walking on eggshells around them, like that landmine that we could set off at any moment. One small step out of line and off they go, exploding into that rage or sulking or days, weeks of silence. It all depends what mood they're in. It all depends what need they're trying to meet. They're in it for themselves. And they can stay calm if they fear consequences, if they fear exposure. They can stay calm around certain people. So in one aspect, they can control it if needed. Many of them can control it if needed. Not all of them can control it. Some of them will show that face in front of other people. However, other people usually fear them in some way, so don't speak against them. A narcissist will control through either love or fear. Those on the lower end of the spectrum are not always in control of their rage. However, they'll do it in a way that you look agitated, that you look anxious, and they'll be telling people stories about you, so people question you and not their rage. They believe that the narcissist rage is their reactions to your behaviour. They don't see the full story. Narcissists are very good at twisting everything to suit themselves. A narcissist will be playing the hero or the victim to gain support from others, of how they're trying to help you to make the narcissist look good. They will never admit to being the villain. They will accuse you of being the villain. Narcissists use mind games to get attention from people, to get emotional reactions from people. Yes, they prefer positive, but if they're not going to get positive, they're going to pull negative emotions out of people and then blame it on the very person the narcissist has baited into reacting. And often the narcissist will then feel smug. A narcissist is very good at being in a miserable state of mind, a negative state of mind, and then once they've brought everybody else down, the narcissist seems happy again because they're back in control. They're in the driver's seat. If you become upset, agitated, annoyed, distraught, angry, hurt because of the games a narcissist is playing, they don't dislike your reaction. They enjoy being in control of your emotions. They want to get you going because they believe you've offended them. They're after revenge. A narcissist believes they're above everybody else. They believe they're entitled and they lack the empathy to be able to show any form of compassion unless it's a mind game to manipulate somebody else. They lack the ability to comprehend what somebody else is going through, only how what somebody else is going through affects them. If a narcissist feels criticised in some way, they use mind games to defend themselves from the criticism or from the accusations. They will lie, they will deny, they will blame shift, they will deflect, they will project, as by confusing you, it benefits them. Also, projecting the wrongdoings onto those around them lets them escape any form of responsibility. Avoiding the problems by passing them on to somebody else, not realising that they're actually accumulating problems. As most narcissists are lacking in cognitive reflection skills, they lack the ability to reflect over what they have done. They just blame it on what other people have done. Therefore, no matter what you try and explain to them, they're not going to learn from their own mistakes because they believe it's somebody else's mistake, somebody else's fault, somebody else made them do it. Narcissists play mind games because they want to exhaust you, because it's easier to manipulate and exploit someone who's exhausted. It's easier to manipulate someone who cannot think clearly. You have less resistance to what's actually happening to you. When you're exhausted, you have less control of your emotions. You have less control of your logical thinking. You have less control over your reactions. You have less control over your moods. When you're feeling depressed, when you have things like CPTSD, when you are anxious, when you are living in hypervigilance, when you are living in that state of fear, you are more likely to fawn to their demands. You're also more likely to start coming down with physical illnesses, becoming more and more drained, and making it easier for the narcissist to not only manipulate you, but to also show the world how bad you're doing and claim how much they're trying to help you through. And to the outside world, they don't see that it's the narcissist that's draining you. They just see you drained and hear the narcissist claiming to try and help you. When we're drained with a narcissist playing mind game after mind game and people believing the narcissist version of events, and we can't work out what's happening to us, is devastating, and it sinks us further, often leaving us with the narcissist, the very person who's putting us in this situation, for support, not realising they're the ones that are making us feel how we do through their mind games, through their manipulation. Mental abuse it's harder to see what's happening to you. If someone comes and tells you they hate you, you know that they hate you. But someone to come along and tell you that they love you while playing all these games in the background, you can't recognise what they are doing to you. If someone punches you, there is a bruise, there is marks, there is physical evidence of what is happening to you, and you might fear speaking out because a narcissist will have drilled it into you that it's your fault, when there is no excuse to ever hit another person. Often why, if a victim reacts and lashes out, they feel guilty, they feel like they're to blame. A narcissist doesn't, therefore they will do it time and time again. Emotional abuse, mind games, manipulation, psychological trauma is harder to recover from because your subconscious has been trained to think in a way that isn't who you are. It's been trained to make you doubt yourself, question other people, jump to conclusions, fear criticism, fear abandonment. It makes you go into a shell of yourself. It makes you talk to yourself in such a negative way. You end up with your abuser trapped in your mind, and it takes a long time to reprogram that mindset. We often have to relive the trauma to reprogram our mindset to become who we once were. It's very difficult to plan for a future with a narcissist because they breadcrumb you with that false hope. They breadcrumb you with the future fakes to distract you from the pain that you are living in the present. And when they discard it, it hurts you all the more because they've led you to believe that you need them. When you don't, you need to get as far away from them as you possibly can to start reclaiming your life, to start reclaiming your thoughts, to start reclaiming your emotional intelligence. A narcissist mind games leaves you confused. It leaves you questioning yourself. It can even leave you questioning if you're the narcissist because they've projected all their toxicity into you. They've trained you to think like them. However, you are not them. You have the ability to question what is happening to you. You have the ability to reflect. You have the ability to care for those around you. Often caring a little too much for those around you. When people are being emotionally abused, more often than not, they don't stop loving their abuser. They don't stop caring about their abuser. They stop loving and caring about themselves. It is a learning curve, learning how to protect yourself from a narcissist mind games. More often than not, once we recognise what they've done to us, people feel a lot of anger. People feel a lot of resentment. People can then want revenge. People can then feel like they're turning into a narcissist because they want to get one over on the very person that's duped them. We have to use that anger to make a better life for ourselves. We have to use that pain to discover who we want to be as a person. We have to use those emotions to learn that a narcissist is all about attention and playing games to get the attention they believe they're entitled to. So by stepping away and no longer playing their games, by focusing on ourselves, that will criticize them more than trying to justify, defend, or explain yourself to them, or trying to get one over on them. Going to live your best life isn't causing them any harm. You're doing what's right for you. However, it will criticize a narcissist. It's difficult at first. Most people are left confused. Most people are looking for closure. Most people are full of anxiety. Most people are trauma bonded, and the lies that narcissists are telling those around you often match the narcissist's smear campaign, so that people doubt you and believe the narcissist mind games, not recognizing that the narcissist is playing mind games with those people as they once did you. The same with the new partner, the new supply. The narcissist is just doing the same to them as they once did to you. If they have a personality disorder, it's who they are. Nobody can change them. They have to be able to change themselves, which is they don't see themselves as a problem. They're unwilling to do. Because of your personality traits such as loyalty, honesty, kindness, respect, keenness to help people, willingness to forgive people, you often find yourself changing to please others, or believing that it must be something you did for somebody to treat you so horrendously, when it's not. It's who they are. Those qualities of kindness and loyalty and respect are excellent qualities, which is why they want people like you. They need people who are going to forgive them so that they can get away with their behaviour. Learning values, beliefs, creating boundaries is our best defence mechanism against these kinds of people in the future. Going no contact or limited contact and grey rock. Learning who they are as a person to give yourself the closure so that you stop going to them for answers, because all they're ever going to do is manipulate you. Finding the right support for you, the right therapist for you, the right therapy for you, the right books for you, so that you can move on with your life in a way that suits who you are as a person. I shall add in the description the playlist on how we become so drained around a narcissistic person. Cognitive dissonance, why narcissistic people just cannot see our point of view. Disarming a narcissist and limiting beliefs, because a lot of recovery is our thought process. It's changing our thought process away from how they programmed us to think to how we want to think. It's changing our thoughts so that we can make our actions work for us. Narcissists alter our thought process to make our actions work against us and work in the narcissist's favour. We have to gain control of our thought process again so that we can take action in moving on to a much happier life. I shall add in the description also the playlist on the mind games that narcissistic people play. Remember, wherever you are on this journey, you can and you will recover from this. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Before people start doubting that anything is possible, we have planes flying in the sky, we have mobile phones that do so many different things these days. If you'd have said that 200 years ago to somebody about a mobile phone, most people would have thought you were going crazy, yet it's here. So anything is possible if you put your mind to achieving it. It's a process, it's a learning curve. We have to have a bit of patience, especially with ourselves at times. You can and you will recover from this. Thank you very much for listening, and go out there and create the day that you deserve. And you do deserve to have a good day. You do deserve to start taking the steps to building a better future for you. Bye.